Nana.
Elwood.
Nickel Boys was the dark horse of this year's Oscars, though it was enthusiastically praised by the few people who actually got to see it, critics and Academy members mostly. It never made the cinemas, only now has streaming service Amazon Prime finally released it, and nowhere has that word been more appropriate. It was just let out without a word.
Young man, do you know a student named Elwood Curtis?
Yes, I do.
Thank God.
Despite its impeccable literary credentials, Colston Whitehead's novel won a Pulitzer Prize in 2019. It's an uncompromising film with no Hollywood happy ending to act as a safety net. The director, Ramel Ross, not only co-wrote the script, he was one of the cinematographers, which is one of the reasons Nickel Boys is like nothing I've seen before.
No, I'm okay. I'm hanging in there.
It's initially told entirely from the point of view of our hero, Elwood. In fact, we don't even know what Elwood looks like for over half an hour. It takes place in early 60s Florida, where Elwood is brought up by his Nana at the height of civil rights unrest. Times are changing, says Nana optimistically.
It's been a long wait for some good news.
Good news, good news, good news. Things is changing.
But in the American South, change comes slowly. Elwood's fatal error was getting a lift from the wrong man on his 6-mile walk to a new school. It was a stolen car. The innocent Elwood was convicted by association, and he was sent to the notorious Nickel Academy.
He's about to fall. He's about to fall, El. Turner! This isn't the fight!
The Nickel Academy was based on a real institution where boys were sent to be rehabilitated but were treated worse than if they'd simply been tossed in jail. Initially, Elwood had no idea of this. He and his grandmother still believed it was all a mix-up to be sorted out once they found themselves a good lawyer.
See, the problem is, Elwood, you didn't know how it works.
Elwood makes one friend at Nickel, another inmate called Turner. Turner has no family, no prospects, and advises Elwood to lower his expectations. Nobody gets out of Nickel.
My mother's watch.
A deck of marked cards. My big toenail.
That's all you got?
Really got nothing left to lose.
At this so-called academy, all the cards are marked. The boys are put to work from dawn to dusk. Only the white kids get to occasionally play football. And Elwood's prospects start to look as elusive as Nana's attempt to find a good lawyer.
Nana, what is it?
I let you down.
I'm okay. Yeah.
Hell, I let you down.
No.
And all the time we're seeing this place, in fact, seeing this whole movie through the eyes of Elwood and Turner, literally. Much of the time it's filmed by strapping cameras to actors Ethan Harris and Brandon Wilson. It's a simple but effective technique, brilliantly illustrating the fact that they're the only ones who really see each other at Nickel Academy.
How would you do it?
Well, I wouldn't run into the swamp. Hiding it up so the coast is clear, then hitch a ride somewhere west or north. All right, that's how they get you.
The only shot in the film that allows itself to show both boys at once is when Elwood and Turner look at each other briefly in a mirror. But there's far more to Nickel Boys than documentary-style cinema verite. We're given some hope with regular flash-forwards to Elwood's later life away from Nickel.
What happened to that one kid I used to hang with all the time?
You don't remember?
Remember what?
The angle is slightly different now, not his eyeline but over his shoulders. He looks older, heavier, and yet someone from Nickel Academy recognises him in a New York bar and wonders what happened to his friend.
You really don't remember?
I don't know what more you want me to remember.
Nickel Boys is hardly, you'd think, new material, but that's not its purpose. Jails, prison farms, reform schools and racist guards have been movie staples since 1932's I'm a Fugitive from a Chain Gang. But not like this. It's quite simply breathtaking, as much for how it's done as what it's about.
I came all this way. It's a crime that they won't let me see him. It's a crime.
What last year's Zone of Interest did for the Holocaust movie, if you remember it was two simultaneous films, What You Saw and What You Heard, Nickel Boys is equally revolutionary. It's a photographer's take on a spare literary novel, but what might have been an intellectual visual experiment is brought to life by the actors, led by a dazzlingly empathetic performance by Ingenue Ellis-Taylor as Nana.
What are they feeding y'all? You can't muster a bigger hug than that. I'm going to expect it next time, Tony.
Yes, ma'am. I'll see how we'll guess this.
This isn't to take anything from director Ramel Ross, and two shots by bit-part actors stay in my memory. A bitter old white man pokes at young Elwood's chest with his walking stick. Elwood's not allowed to complain. And on a bus to church, Elwood looks down to see a little 9-year-old girl playing on the floor and grinning up at him without a care in the world.
Look back on it. Think back on it. It's a long time ago.
Hello. Where'd you come from?
She'll learn, we realise, but not today. Let her have a few moments of enjoyment. And that's one of the reasons why Nickel Boys is possibly the best-made film I've seen this year.
It's now or never.
That's it, El. You're doing great.
We have to be like knights. Checkmate.